Hey everyone, it's Sari from the Spiritual View. Happy Tuesday. And I'm here to do the weekly Twin Flame check-in. So I wanted just to start by thanking everyone for joining us. If you haven't seen our monthly June video, we published it last Friday, the 21st. We talked about the summer solstice. We did talk about the strawberry moon and some of the implications of the full moon and the energy, as well as a look at the ancestry of the Akashic Records. So if you haven't checked that out, please do so. If you make comments and like, subscribe, share, however you do that, you'll be entered in the drawing that we are going to be giving away a free reading on this Friday. I believe it's the 28th. So please stay with us this week and be present for the drawing. We'd love to have you join us. And again, we're a group of certified Soulful Revolution readers, and we are just so grateful that you're here. I am going to use a number of decks today. I'm going to use the Twin Flame Ascension deck to give us a read of the connection. I'm going to use the Akashic Tarot deck to give us a little insight from a soul perspective on this relationship. And then we're going to pull a basic spread that talks about the energy of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, where they are, what they don't know about one another, and the outcome or potential of the connection as it exists today. Jen did a lovely job last week talking about the connection, and she finished the video by saying that there could be a possible reconnection in several weeks. So we're about a week away. So I'm going to read the energies and see how are we doing today in this connection. So whether you connect with divine feminine or divine masculine, if you remember, it's really a blend of those energies that exist within one soul or one person. So take what resonates for you. A practical tip, I wanted to show you what I did for the summer solstice as well as the full moon. I put all my crystals out in the beautiful moonlight as well as the sunlight to cleanse them and to supercharge them. So I feel supercharged today. All right, so we're going to get started. I'm going to pull to get us started. For this connection, this is the Angel Numbers deck, and I'm going to pull a card. And if you see this card or this number, and today I pulled 7777, which sevens are very spiritual, very holy. I'm going to read it to you. Change of perspective, reflection, inner strength, wisdom, and enlightenment. There's a need for change of perspective on whatever has taken over you now. If you want to succeed, you will need to keep going down the road that you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and you'll know what the right step is. So if you are thinking about your twin or wondering about this relationship, if you see the number 7777, know that Spirit is talking to you and Spirit is supporting you in this relationship. Now, I'm going to ask just for a quick second before I pull the cards that Spirit be with us to guide, preside over this reading. Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, please be here in support of this sacred space. May the information be to everyone's greatest and highest good. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to pull a card from the Twin Flame Ascension deck. So I'm going to get started here with a couple of messages about, this is about the relationship overall, okay? All right. Okay, divine masculine. And let me pull this. Okay. This is divine masculine, and it says king. When the king appears, it indicates your reverence for higher wisdom that is found within. You are aligning with your truth while balancing your emotions. This step gives you confidence to show up in life, demonstrating your strength and emotional stability, because you have learned to get out of your own way and rise above karmic limitations. Now, as it relates to the twin flame journey, this card suggests that you create space for your divine masculine partnership by taking personal responsibility and ownership for your destiny. Now is the time to fulfill your greatest potential. If you want your divine masculine to show up and speak for you, then you need to become the supportive partner that you desire. Let go of any residual need to control the situation or outcome. Practical habits that demonstrate your trust in yourself, your abilities, in the unfolding process of your ascension journey. This empowers the divine masculine in your twin flame dynamic so that they can have the courage to take support and action to support you in the process, helping you both build inner confidence as you move forward. So it's actually asking, if you are divine feminine, to really pay attention to your divine masculine and the divine masculine energies and take responsibility for the relationship. Now, I'm reading also an oracle card. This is from the Oracle, the Akashic Record Oracle. All right, so we're pulling cards just to read the energy of the connection overall. Okay. For both parties. All right. So right now we're getting 7777, a holy and protected angel number. Okay. All right. This is the Queen of Forces. All right. Let me pull this here. The Queen of Forces looks like this. And let me read this. So it's interesting that we got a divine masculine energy to start out, and now we're getting a feminine energy. This card shows a woman balancing the energies of a sun in one hand and a moon in the other, with a river flowing beneath her feet. The Queen of Forces represents a woman who can bring greater balance to your life. She brings an unusual combination of power and peace, creativity and receptivity, and both her energy and her support. Sometimes the card can represent a person in your life coming into a phase of great power and an ability to sustain it with wonderful results. There is a gift of grace and serene understanding with this card. The Queen of Forces could also indicate the appearance of a love interest or a business associate in a creative project. It could be someone you know or someone new, but when this card appears, there's tender yet powerful support. So again, now we're getting a message of divine feminine energy. And so perhaps there is an opportunity for these two energies to come into balance, because as we've talked before, we can't be on the twin flame journey with someone else unless we have balanced the masculine and feminine energies between the two within ourselves. That is the key to the journey. Now I'm going to pull some cards that talk about the relationship. And I just pulled the bottom of the deck, which is the Ace of Cups. And as you know, the Ace of Cups is a new beginning in love. So there is an undercurrent here below the deck and what's running in the background in our subconscious about this relationship. There is a desire for a cup of love to be expressed, or perhaps a new cycle or new beginning. And Jen did talk about that last Tuesday in her twin flame reading. So we're going to just pull a number of cards. We're going to lay these out. I'm going to lay these out, and then I'm going to clarify them with you as we go through. Interesting cards. Don't you love that when someone's pulling the cards, I keep saying interesting, but you can't see them. But I will lay these out, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about interesting. Okay. Wow. Some cool cards. All right. So again, underneath the deck, pull the Ace of Cups. Divine Feminine, if you identify with this energy, you're showing up in your energy today as the Queen of Pentacles. And I love this depiction. This is from the Mermaid Tarot deck. And I love the Queen of Pentacles. She's very nurturing. She's grounded. She takes good care of herself. She's just got it going and she's working it. So she's abundant. And this is a beautiful depiction of the Queen of Pentacles. She brings abundance to her by being kind, nurturing, generous in heart, generous in spirit, and she's very abundant. The Divine Masculine's energy today is showing up a little bit different, the Two of Swords. And as you know, swords are our mental thoughts. And this is a card, I oftentimes say it's a card of pause or observation. or maybe unsure about making a decision or moving forward. I'd like to ask, why is the divine masculine's energy in the Two of Swords? Why are we in the Two of Swords? Interesting. Six of Pentacles. So I think the divine masculine is holding back in some regard in his energy. And this is around generosity with others, generosity of spirit, equal give and take. And I'm wondering, there's something going on with the masculine still that suggests that he's still working on himself. He's still working on being the best version of who he is. Now, I'm using he and she. It doesn't matter. It's just an energy. So for sake of ease, I'm using she for divine feminine, he for divine masculine. The shared energy between the two of them is the Knight of Cups. So there's some very beautiful energy and messages of love, whether they be spoken or whether they be telepathic. Many of you know on the twin flame journey, some of the communication is not always spoken. It is in the fifth dimensional energies where telepathy is quite common. And I don't know about you, but there are two things that have been going on with me over the last few weeks. And I am having third eye activation like crazy, waking up at night, seeing through my third eye. And I'm also basically thinking, if I think about someone, they call. If I'm thinking about something that needs to happen, it happens. And it's getting so funny. It's happening every day now. And it's quite fun to experience. A little creepy at times because it comes out of nowhere. But if you're experiencing a heightened sense of intuition, third eye activation, telepathy with your twin or with others around you, it is flourishing these days. So be on the lookout. So the beauty of this energy, the Knight of Cups, is there is a lot of love here between these two, and there can be messages of love coming between the two. Now, the way that the divine feminine is looking at the relationship right now with the divine masculine is the Six of Wands. Sixes are about progress and success, and wands really represent our actions. And so this is a card of passion, but it's also a card of success and victory for the moment. And what's interesting is that the divine masculine, his energy right now and the way he's looking at the divine feminine is through the lens of the Empress. And as you know, the Empress is the sum of the queens, and she sits in her regal position of fertility, creativity. It's oftentimes new beginnings, innovation, but she, in this depiction, is sitting with a conch shell, and she is sitting elegantly and gracefully in the water, and she is really in touch with her emotions. I love this depiction. And so as the Empress, this divine masculine is really looking for a new start, but a new cycle and a rebirth of this relationship. And it could suggest that these two have been in separation for quite some time. Now, the message to the divine feminine from spirit is quite interesting. This is the Two of Wands. And Two of Wands, to me, it's another action card, but it's around setting intentions about what you want. And I'd like to ask, okay, tell me why the Two of Wands here for the divine feminine. Okay. Interesting. There's a Five of Wands, and that to me is she's got some drama and some conflict in her external environment around her. So she may be experiencing some challenges right now in other relationships, but she's got to be clear about what it is she wants out of this relationship. And especially if they are looking at union, are they closing an old cycle? Have they worked on themselves? Have they done the work to come back together in harmony and in a new kind of relationship? Because obviously the divine masculine is looking at this from a different lens, different perspective, recreation, rebirth of this relationship. Now, what's interesting, message to spirit, to the divine masculine is be the King of Pentacles. Now, this is a lovely card. And what's interesting is her energy, when I started, her energy in general is the Queen of Pentacles. So we do have a couple here, but this is a really beautiful energy of stability, of success, of material resources, but it's more about a mindset of abundance and going to love, not fear, as it relates to resources, time, money, but it's a mindset. So the divine masculine is being recommended or asked by spirit to step in and own his awesomeness as it relates to the mindset of abundance and equal give and take in this relationship. Now, what the divine feminine does not see about the divine masculine, which is interesting, what's hidden from her is the King of Cups. And so the divine masculine is showing up. Spirit saying, I want you to step into the King of Pentacles energy. He's also wanting or is stepping into the King of Cups energy, a very mature view and perspective of love. And that is the higher order of how he's looking or striving to look at this relationship. And what he doesn't know about the divine feminine is that she's got it going, baby. She is the Queen of Wands. She's going after what she wants. She's passionate. She's not going to let anything stop her. And as it relates to this relationship, what he doesn't know is the passion that she feels for the connection and to move forward. Now, potential outcomes in this week's reading, what's going on and what can we expect from the relationship? First of all is the Seven of Pentacles. And Seven of Pentacles is a card of hard work, perseverance, but also patience. And what this tells me is if they're both doing the work, that patience and just sticking to it and continuing forward with working on themselves and being the best version of themselves so that they can come into union. This is a card that suggests this is what both need to be doing in order for a successful union. The second card is the Six of Swords, and this is a card of healing and moving on. So this perhaps could be in their respectful lives. Are they moving on from other relationships and other situations and closing those out so that they can potentially come back together in union? And the last card was the Page of Swords. This is, of course, another card, a page, getting information, gathering data, gathering insights about each other, but also about the journey within. I'm going to ask, why is the Six of Swords here? All right, Six of Swords. Ha! Okay, we got an ace. So there are just nuggets of truth coming through about this relationship. So there is truth about the twin flame journey that both are feeling at this time. Epiphanies of how they feel about themselves, but also how they feel about this relationship. Potentially a new union or a reunion, if you will. Why is the Page of Swords here? Interesting. The Emperor. So there is an opportunity in this relationship for leadership. And of course, the Emperor is Aries energy. And so this is an opportunity for the two to step up and to lead this relationship. And I'm going to ask Spirit, are there any additional messages that you have at this time for this union, for this relationship? As Jen talked about last week, that there could be a potential union in the next several weeks. I'm not going to pull a timing card because I think she's done a great job of doing that. So over the next week or two, what is the message, additional message from Spirit? All right, well, I got two cards that flew out. Okay. Interesting. We got the Moon. And of course, the Moon is very feminine energy, very watery, in the flow, but it also reflects sometimes our fears and things that we don't see. But with it that flew out was the Eight of Wands, and this is all about communication. So it would suggest that in this time frame, there's still some things that are not evident or have not been revealed yet about this relationship that are coming to fruition and going to be communicated very shortly. So the messages this week, it's interesting. Again, we've got the King and Queen of Pentacles showing up for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. The beautiful energy between them two of the Knight of Cups. We have, again, the way that the divine masculine is looking at the relationship is through the lens of the Empress, a new start, rebirth, recreation of this relationship. In messages to each of the divine feminine around setting your intentions and being clear about what it is you want. Because right now she's got some Five of Wands energy around her, some things going on in her personal life around her that may be providing or causing a challenge to think clearly about this relationship. But again, the underlying energy is the Ace of Cups. So there is a lot of opportunity here for love. We have the Ace of Cups, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Empress, we have the King of Cups. So there's a lot of heart energy here. And so divine feminine, if you're listening to this, the best advice is go within, connect through your heart center, not up here. Let's not stay in the head, but we're shifting down through the heart. And there are opportunities coming of these great epiphanies of truth about this relationship coming forward. There's been healing and moving on. And there is work that's being done on both parts to make this relationship come to fruition. And there's an opportunity with the Emperor, with the Page of Swords, to actually take a leadership role for your own self development and your own reflection on your own twin flame journey, but also being the best and greatest version of you so that you can show up in this partnership healed, healthy, joy-filled, and balanced. And the last two cards that were messages from Spirit, there's still some things that haven't been revealed yet in this relationship that will be coming forward. This very watery, divine feminine energy, but all is going to be communicated in due course. So if you are expecting communication, it looks like it is coming. We're going to stick with Jen's several weeks, which is probably a week out from now. And for those of you who are listening, who've been in separation, who are coming back around and hoping for some sort of contact or communication, it would indicate that for some twin flame pairs, that union is coming at hand. And there is an opportunity, again, for these messages to be communicated with a lot of truth, but also with a lot of passion, a lot of leadership. And I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to do one more card for the relationship. And I am going to pull Angels and Ancestors. And so one last message for our twin flame reading today. I'm just going to pull from this deck. Okay. Because sometimes I like to see the ancestral patterns and on a soul level, what's actually going on between the two. All right. This kind of self-explanatory. This is called Fire Guardian, and this is igniting your passions. And so this would probably be very similar to the King of Wands. And this is talking about, own your passion, own your awesomeness. And again, it talks about connecting with your desires. The sparks could lead to something beautiful. I'm not making this up. The fire guardian represents the angels of fire. Fire is an energy that many people are afraid of, but shouldn't be. Burning desires can lead to great expansion. Allow the fire guardian to awaken a wilder side of yourself and burn away any fear or shame that stands between you and your desires. When this card appears, you were reminded that passion is powerful and absolutely encouraged by Spirit. Great, great message to close out the reading today. And I'll just end with a personal note. One of my old flames and relationship, he basically ended it years ago. He's come back around in the last month to come see me. But I have this bracelet, and it has a description scribed on it called Wild Horse. And basically, when he ended the relationship, he said that I was a wild horse who couldn't be tamed, and he was a safe horse and wanted to be behind a fence. And he moved out of the country, and that was that. And now he's come back around again, and that's another story. But I've always been a wild horse, and wild horse not in the sense of being reckless, but wild horse being a pioneer and always going after my dreams, never having regrets, and just going for it. So if there's someone that's watching this who needs some encouragement to be a wild horse, follow your passions, follow your dreams, because I didn't want to sit in an old folks home when I'm 85 and look back on all the doors that were open to me that I didn't step through. And so when I've had a door opened, I just blow right through it. And the fact that I actually take the opportunity to take the risk to do something new, to try a new skill or a new job or whatever it is, or move across the country or to a foreign country, whatever it means for you. Being a wild horse is following your passions and following your dreams. So I would encourage anyone out there, being a wild horse can be sometimes undaunting and a little scary at times, but have I regretted 1 second of it? No. I would do it again and again and again. And I am offering that as just a thought for you today as we end Twin Flame Tuesday. Be the wild horse if that's who you are, and be proud of it and run like crazy, because there will be another galloping wild horse come up next to you with the right energy that you will attract. That would be just perfect. So with that, we're going to end the reading today. I'm so grateful that you are here in support of our channel. We are a group of tarot readers, and you can find out more about us in the description box below. We offer private readings, but our channel does daily readings as well as a monthly forecast and conversation called The View. And so we would really invite you to join us at any time. Again, it's our privilege and honor to be with you, and we are so grateful. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Much love. Bye.